Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Watch!
What was that for?
Well, he's here.
I am here.
We're both physically in the same spot this week.
And are we?
Are we ever truly somewhere?
In this? Are we really in the same room,
Or are we only spiritually
Do you only
aligned?
think you see us in the same room?
Yes. Well, either way, I'm Christian, because you can tell it's a horrible angle for me. So you know we're not on my computer. So I'm Christian.
And I'm Daniel.
And this is our show. And it happens to be called The Christian
And Daniel Show. I feel like every week you add to your intro.
No.
Like every week you're adding just a little bit more to it.
It's very, very basic. I like to keep it basic.
And we're not making it. Let me adjust that. Here we go. Hi, everybody.
See, it should be the up angle.
No, because then they see the double chin.
No, the up angle hides the double chin.
No,
It's supposed to be angled so that you're like this, and you see, then you don't see double chin. But you're like, here. No, Jabba, no
And I
Jabba.
just realized I didn't even fix my hair.
I didn't either. Oh, wait, I did.
I have that. I just woke up and look fabulous. Look.
And I have that. I just got my hair cut.
You
It's
did
super
get a
short. I
haircut.
love
You
it.
look nice.
It's so clean. And
You look so.
I'm free and easy.
You look like a little. You look like a junior scout or like a little military boy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm a little military boy. Hi, fellas. Does anyone have a gun?
By the way, we are still in Pride Month.
Yes,
So
we are.
speaking of little military boys, well,
But we're not in Fleet Week. It's funny that
No.
Fleet Week and Pride don't go together.
they
Like,
don't.
you think they would, because that'd be one heck of a week.
I wonder if our guest today knows about Fleet Week. We should ask him.
Probably not.
Probably not. Say no Googling before you come on.
Yeah, and we should bring them on.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
You guys.
Everybody, this is Ken Taylor, and you can't see my hand, but I'd like to welcome him to the Christian
Hey, Father
and
Robert.
Daniel Show.
Hi, Father Robert. How you doing?
Hi, Father Robert.
And Cecilia, welcome to the show. Kristen is always so extra.
And wait, he forgot to read the rest of that sentence. Hello. Christian's always so extra. I love it, laughing my ass off. Hello.
Having
My boob off. Ooh, I love that even better. But
So-
yeah, don't sit there. You see, he only read the first part. Christian's always so extra. That is not the tone she was saying that in.
It is. Well, hello, Ken.
Hello, Ken.
Hello.
Welcome back, Ken. It's so
But I do see who the manager is.
Oh, it's totally Daniel. He's always the boss.
Of the meltdown. I like your t-shirt. I'm just a loudmouth.
Oh my God, no, you're one of our favorite people on the planet.
Thank you, Barbie. Welcome,
No.
Barbie, to,
No, I don't know what Fleet Week is. I'm a little out.
I know, we'll tell you.
We'll fill you in a minute.
We will divulge
We'll do
the.
I'm not sure I want to know.
It's a huge secret. Only the gays know what it is.
For folks that don't know you, because
Yeah.
we can see the sign behind you. Tell them who you are and what that means behind you.
Oh, sure. My name's Ken Taylor, and I am Vice President of International Pain Foundation. I and P. I guess I'm doing this wrong. I'm looking at the camera and everything's backwards. I'm sorry. Right? Yeah.
I
So, IP.
Hey, P.
That doesn't mean I have a weak bladder. IP.
And,
The I is for international. So yeah, what were you saying?
I was just saying that for those of you that have been watching both Christian and Daniel and Put It Together know that the International Pain Magazine, which I was on the cover last year, and then a couple of things that I've worked on them And then we talked about the award 2 years ago.
And just last week, we brought up the fact that Barbie, Ken's wonderful partner in life, like she did the last iPain conference in total pain. Like she was on an oxygen tube that was 100 feet long, it looked like, and she was running around on a golf cart. That woman is the toughest woman I have ever seen. You know, there's a reason women give birth and men don't.
Talk about wanting attention. I'm just saying.
And of course,
Yeah, I can't handle pain. I can't handle pain the way she does, and I'll say most all pain patients that live with it, my hat is off to you. And I just know, I say it all the time, I don't know that people would want to be around me if I was living in pain. I think I'd just be the most disgruntled, miserable person to be around, because pain, how do you do it, is such a hard thing to live with.
The littlest amount of pain, I'm the same way, Ken. It could be the tiniest amount, and you think someone had chopped off a limb and just and then cauterized it. I'm like, just no pain relief. I just cry like a baby. I'm miserable. I would never be functional like Daniel and Barbie are.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough thing to live with, and nerve pain especially. I have a pinched nerve in my back right now that I've been living with for a week, and it's always in the same spot. It comes and it goes, but man, that alone is like, Barbie's got to be tired of. She's like, man, I'm getting you a chiropractor. I'm not dealing with you.
See, yeah,
Shut up, Ken.
It's like I gotta look like this. I can't. The range is starting to get rain back in my neck.
But I want to make sure that you tell the folks a little bit about what that was a very good queen.
That was good.
Did you like that?
He's not supposed when it comes to pain.
Yeah, neither am I. Daniel can take, because Daniel can take a lot of pain. He does.
He needs an extra. So, but I want folks to know. Tell them a little bit about what the organization does, so that they know about you.
Well, International Pain Foundation, and it's 15 years old, and it started off with about Barbie's condition, as most foundations do. It's usually just something very personal that you were affected by, and you have enough passion and want to help other people, and it's something that's usually what starts a foundation, is something personal. But as we got educated about her condition, we realized that there's a whole lot of other conditions that need attention too, because she saw 43 different doctors before we got a proper diagnosis, and that really started it all off. It's like, there's got to be, let's see if we can fill a void and help other people that are searching for questions, or for their answers, to get their questions answered. And so along the way, we educated ourselves and really tried to fill as many voids as we can. And from our outreach, it's educated us even more, because what's a better education than experience from somebody that's living with it and through it. So along the way, we've started many projects, some that have lasted, some that haven't, but we've really got our core number of projects. So we do education, we do a lot of that through social media. We do have, as you mentioned, International Pain, the summit that we hold is an annual thing. Last year was virtual because of obviously the pandemic. And then you were at the last live summit that we had with Barbie and her hose.
Oh, that's good.
She was 100-foot hose, man.
We call them career girls around here.
I know. Hello. We're a family show. We don't talk about hoes.
We don't. We're politically correct. We don't call them hoes anymore.
Right?
They're career girls.
So
Barbie and her career girls.
Well, she was on stage with her hose.
She was.
In that place, nowhere without her hose. So no, in credit to her, I can't do half the stuff that Barbie does. She's incredible. To me, she's incredible. And that just shows what kind of a person she is and what she lives with. And you take somebody that lives with these conditions, they can get through a whole lot more than somebody that has no experience living with the condition. It's like, oh my goodness, I would have called it quits, or would have canceled that a long time ago, and this and that, But through it all, she just doesn't give up. But with that being said, we dabble with some legislation and bills that are important to us and our cause, and a lot of social activities or social networking. And then International Eye Pain Living magazine, which you graced our cover with, and it's one of my favorite issues. And and it was the beginning of coronavirus. I remember that you put these words in my head. It's like, oh, I'll forever be known for coronavirus, because at the top we put a heading of what's kind of trending and what the features, and the magazine has a lot of this in it or something like that. And coronavirus just hit, and it was big, and it was the talk, and so
I will forever be associated at Eye Pain Foundation as the Coronavirus magazine.
The COVID-19 child.
Corona magazine.
You're the COVID child.
Oh, hi, Megan, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Megan.
Serial killer.
Yeah.
Hi, Megan.
Ken.
Somebody knows me, right? Now, this is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, she's yelling at you, Ken. Ken's a serial killer. Yes.
That's cereal, as in toast.
Not cereal. Cereal. Well, speaking of cereal, that was one of my my topics for today. Is because I was thinking about like okay, so I was watching TV and I was watching YouTube, and they were showing all these like food commercials from the 70s and 80s.
Oh, okay.
And when we were kids, and
that's before my time.
Yeah, way before your time, because you're 21 years of age.
Yeah. At a gentle age of 22.
So my thought was, is there a food that takes you back to your childhood? Is there something that the moment you smell it or eat it, it takes you back to like a happy place in your life? Let's not go to a sad place in your life, like a happy place. Not like when they made you eat broccoli and you had to sit at the table
and cry for you.
Broccoli.
No, that's not the moment we're talking about.
No.
We don't want to hear about that.
But is there a food that brings you nostalgia? And this is for everybody watching too. Is there a food that makes you nostalgic and you're like, oh, I love eating that?
Yeah, and cereal goes all the way back, right? It's like, and some of those great cereals still are in the same form, Lucky Charms, and just so many of them. But I grew up with my father, and so those sugary, great fun cereals to eat. No, I got Raisin Bran and Cheerios, and these are better for you, son. And you're not going to have all that sugar, but like
you didn't have grape nuts.
Good. No, Cheerios, where you have to add all your own sugar.
It's not healthy anymore.
I'm like, what is this?
You're like
or when they would buy the generic, just the corn flakes, not the frosted flakes.
Frosted? No.
Yeah, here's corn flakes.
Wheaties. I hate Wheaties. I mean, who wants Wheaties?
Wheaties as a kid?
Oh man, it was. I wanted the good stuff, Captain Crunch, and the stuff that you could just eat out of the box and add milk or take a bite and tip a jug, man.
Like Count Chocula.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to Ken down a therapy session.
We did take him through. He did go down a memory lane there. No, that's great. Like for me, it's like tuna casserole.
Okay.
I was raised in like very, very, very non-ethnically diverse environment, and not like my parents. My mom was German, and she was from the Midwest. She grew up in Wyoming on a farm, and she was older, so she was, born in the like 1921.
Get this one right.
Wow, yeah. Well, she's deceased, so she doesn't care anymore.
Okay,
she's good. She doesn't care. She's like,
all of a sudden you just feel spiritual.
I know. Y'all see me. I get lifted and taken out of the room. And Christian, but he did scream. He did scream as he went in the closet door and it shut behind him.
Oh no, we're in the closet already.
I know. Back in the closet. Ooh, Fruity
You know what?
Pebbles. That's
Fruity,
yum.
Fruity Pebbles.
Daniel loves those.
Aw, Fruity Pebbles were my mom's favorite cereal.
And
We always had a box of Fruity Pebbles in the house because when she got home from work, they used to work nights for a long time. They would get home about midnight, and we would sit there. Okay, long story short, in Dallas, they had the Gong Show would come on at midnight, and my parents would pull into the driveway about that time, and I would prep them a bowl of cereal for each one of us, and we would sit and watch reruns of the Gong Show before we went to bed. So that's
Nice.
Sugar Smacks.
Oh, Sugar Smacks
I
with the frog.
I never was a Sugar Smacks guy.
I wasn't either, but I remember the commercials because I loved the frog, like, you know.
Right?
And then the honeycomb too.
Oh wow, that's
I mean, we're talking. Some of these aren't even made anymore.
Rice
Yeah.
Krispies.
That's the only way I liked Rice Krispies was in the form of a Rice Krispie treat.
Well, yeah, because as soon as they get soggy, it's all different.
Yeah, then it becomes like muesli or something.
And they never really sounded like they did on TV.
Oh no.
I
Yeah.
even put my ear to it, and they're just like, like it sounded more like something choking on them, like I would when I ate it.
So what is like tuna casserole? But what is a food for you, Ken, that like you can eat it now just as much as you did when you were a kid?
Oh well, hands down, pizza.
Pizza?
It's the go-to, But my dad, like I said, I grew up with my dad, and he's just this meat and potatoes. You have to have meat for every meal, and then where's your potatoes? And so again, and he wasn't a big pizza guy, so I was like, anytime I could get pizza was just this great treat, So
Yeah.
and soda. Another thing is like he was not for soda. We never had
They
soda.
were my parents.
I missed out on so much good stuff, man.
Yeah, like the only soda in our house was mixer for my dad's liquor.
But that's
Oh, yeah.
my dad. My dad was
Rum
meat,
and Coke.
meat, rice, and beans. My dad could have meat, rice, and beans for dinner every night. And anytime we tried to like mix it up, he just wouldn't like.
He'd make something
Yeah.
else.
Wait a minute, Barbie just posted something here.
Uh-oh.
You were kidnapped as a child by your dad?
Oh, yeah. Well, I told you I was kind of raised by my dad.
Yeah, but we don't know you were
It's different
kidnapped.
when you were kidnapped as opposed to I just went with my dad.
No, it's a true story. We weren't on TV or anything, but no, we were searching for it.
Well, I mean, it didn't happen, Ken.
There's not a Lifetime movie about this, then it doesn't count.
No, back then, things like that weren't televised.
Reality, my brother and I, my parents went through a divorce, and it got pretty ugly. And the first day of summer, we got out of school, and we visited our dad, and we went to California for 3 years. And
Wow.
so, yeah, we had no contact with my mom. She kind of got ripped off in that deal, but we didn't. We were searched for, but this was all before computers, so it was a whole different story. And I can remember we lived on. We would bounce from lake to lake to lake, because my dad's this outdoorsy type of person, and we'd camp out at the lake, and if we liked it, we stayed. If we didn't, we'd go to the next lake, and we'd catch our dinner, and we, didn't really have a need for TV, and we started school. We didn't skip school, and that was a big risk. But again, there's no computers. But I can honestly tell you, whenever we sat down at lunchtime, I used to look at the milk carton every time and see if I saw my face on the side of a milk carton.
Wow.
And I know you remember this, like, that's what they used to do to bring awareness about, missing children,
Oh, yeah.
faces on the side of milk cartons, and it was just one of those things that is still in my head today. It's like, never did see myself. I don't know what would have happened had I saw myself on the side of a milk carton. Would that just be strange or what?
Yeah, imagine being in school and all the other kids are like, isn't that Ken? Is that you? Now, isn't that you? You're missing. You've been kidnapped, and you're having lunch.
Now, but okay, so I'm curious now, though. Like,
Can I have your pizza?
I know. Did you have any pizza?
did you know that? Like, did you know that you'd been taken, or was it just like it's my dad? I'm with my dad.
No, it was clear. Yeah, there was no secret, because we didn't have any contact with our mom. It's not like we called mom and said, "Hey, I can't tell you where." We just had no contact with my mom.
Wow.
So it was a real deal, and it was weird. I mean, we have a large family too, so who knows where we are and who's keeping that secret from my mom, and so it's got a little sticky, in a lot of different areas,
Wow.
But 3 years went by.
Together interview.
I know. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy in a good way, like because and then of course I'll put it together. Question would be like, how do you feel this made you the incredible person you've become today?
Yeah.
But I'm not asking that because this is the Christian and Daniel show.
Yeah,
not put it together.
We're supposed to. But now I feel guilty. Like, what the? Why did you bring up like childhood food? He's like, well, it's my favorite food is trout from the river. I'm like, oh,
From the lake, because of the many lakes we stayed at when I was a kid.
the river.
I do think that's kind of like an incredible experience too. Like, I mean, some kids would think, even though the situation's a little different, it's still like kind of incredible. Like, I think from a child's perspective, like we're going to all these cool lakes and we're doing this and we're doing that. And if you enjoyed any of those activities, it's kind of like cool.
Yeah.
Even though of course you miss your mom and you're going.
I tell people all the time, or that not all the time, but whenever it comes up, But I regret the time that we took away from my mom. That's just, you can't replace that,
Yeah.
But I don't regret the time we had with our dad, because he made sure we were raised the way he wanted us to grow up, and it was a fishing pole in one hand, a shotgun in the other, because from the Midwest we'd go bird hunting and this and that. So we're kind of country, and he kept us occupied, and I say us, and it's because it was me and my brother, because I don't know how things would have turned out if I didn't have my brother there with me to go through that, experience. We were never beaten or mistreated. He never touched us, as far as discipline. All he had to ever do was really, raise his voice, but so it was like, I don't think I would have wanted to go through it without my brother.
Yeah.
So we're more like best friends than brothers, because a lot of brothers just fight, whatever. But it's a bonding experience.
That's
Thanks,
really cool.
Megan. Who brought this up, Megan?
No, Barbie.
Barbie did.
Yeah, I was talking about food, and all of a sudden we're like lifetime movie moment here. What the
I know
hell?
Megan's out there, and she brings this up all the time. It's like,
Let me just remind everybody, for all of you watching, this is Christian and Daniel show. Our guest host today is Ken Taylor.
I'm missing.
And we're talking childhood foods, living in the van by the river.
I live in the van by the river.
But I will say this real quick, because this was back in, the early 80s. I mean, 1, 2, 3. And so we had this pickup truck, and he had a rack, and it was not an extended cab. I don't even know if they existed at that point. Okay. And this it still had the wing that you open to get a shot of air aimed at you. And we had, my brother and I, we had this little dirt bike. So we mounted this rack in front of the pickup. So we had our motorcycle, we had a rack on the back with an aluminum boat on top. And then we were pulling a camper. We were strictly bouncing from lake to lake to lake to lake. It was
I
something.
like how this conversation started with Barbie's hose, and now we're talking about Ken's rack. So
Barbie's hose.
It's really going in a weird. If you're just joining us now, yes, it is the Christian and Daniel show, but it just took a weird turn all of a sudden. Let's just say that. So I don't know where to go now, because my segment was about food, and like I feel sad. No.
Well, what's the food for you? You didn't say other than tacos.
Yeah, well,
You don't get to say tacos.
Okay, no. There. Okay, yeah. Well, tacos, but no.
No,
My mom wasn't like a great cook. She had her standards. Like she had these standards meals that she made. But there were two meals that like will always take me to a childhood. And you don't know me, Barbie. You don't know me. It's not always tacos. It's mental. But my mom would make this chicken with potatoes and carrots and cabbage, but she would she put all this butter on it and she would steam it, and it's just the most delicious. And all it was just like chicken with butter, salt, and pepper. And that was it. And my sister Nancy
And the
makes it
carrots.
out. Yeah, and potatoes, carrots, but basically it was just that. But
And how would she put it in like a baking pan?
No, she would put it. We had the steamer thing. I don't know. And
No.
my sister Nancy makes it now because Nancy has
She has a pressure.
she inherited my mom's
Oh, the
pan.
pan.
Yeah.
Oh.
But she made it the last time I was there, and it's just like
Memory.
yeah. But here's the other. Like in the summer times when we lived in Dallas, I would go swimming. We had a public pool, and mind you, this is like
This.
this is like the 70s.
Yeah, so it was really a urinal.
Pretty much. And I would walk to the pool and come back. But every time I went to the pool, when I come back, my mom had macaroni and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And she had that long sausage thing. What's it called? So, yeah, we're going from
The long-
hose to rack
The
to
long
sausage.
thing. I don't know
What
why.
is it? Smoked
Maybe
sausage,
chorizo?
like the smoked sausage.
Chorizo?
No,
Or andouille sausage?
yeah, and then she would cut it into little rounds, and she would fry it, and then she would mix
Oh,
it. She
yum.
would mix it in the macaroni and cheese.
Or do you mean hot dogs?
No, not hot
No,
dog.
so it was sausage.
Yeah, that
Andouille
smoky sausage, whatever.
Summer sausage.
Huh?
It's
Summer
the
sausage.
polka kielbasa.
Yeah, like the big sausages that they sell. Smoky house sausage. I feel like a
This
brain
is the
charade.
sausage I'm talking about.
I feel like a brain charades. You know the sausage that fits in both hands.
Sausage. You can,
It goes in both hands. You put it in your mouth and you stuff it in the macaroni. But what's it? Okay, keep talking.
It's polka. It's
Yeah.
kielbasa.
And so
I guarantee you, it's
so she would
polka
cut it in
kielbasa.
rounds. She would fry it.
It's so good
And then
fried.
she would stir it in macaroni and cheese. And my mom would put salsa in the macaroni
Why
and cheese.
have we not made that here?
So,
Yeah.
Why haven't you made
yeah,
that?
but every time I went to the pool during the summer, I would come home and Dad would be waiting for me for lunch.
Yum.
And it was, I haven't made it in a long time, but
I do that fairly often, but mine are like bratwurst. I do bratwurst
Oh,
and
yum.
mac and cheese. I do like the Velveeta shells and cheese. And then I just chop up a sausage and stick it in there. And I'll find other stuff that, peppers, hot peppers, onions, whatever. I just kind of, what sounds good, stick it in there.
Yeah, that's like awesome. Like I like today. It's weird. Today I was just thinking like, oh, we could do. I'd love macaroni and cheese with like a couple. I have kosher hot dogs that you could cut up like Nathan's kind of type hot dogs that you could cut up. I go and cut those up and throw it in, and I'm happy. Like
Absolutely.
I was raised on like Midwest type cuisine, so stuff like that to me is comfort food. It's like it's so easy, it's simple, it's easy, it tastes great to me, and I don't, I would love to try it with salsa. I've never had
see, like that kind of sausage.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dump paste, hot
Yeah.
pecan paste, dump it.
Yeah, so for the
Oh,
folks
yeah.
watching, if
And
you're
Daniel makes a mean salsa.
for those of you watching, if you want to comment, what's your favorite childhood food? What takes you back there?
Like every
at least
occasion.
good memories, because this conversation totally went on.
Yeah, like I also remember bologna sandwiches.
Can't do bologna.
Like when I was a kid, my parents things were a lot tighter when I was a little kid with my parents. So my mom would make a bologna sandwich for me, and I remember how it tasted. Like I remember the taste so specifically. And I have tried in my adult life many times throughout the decades to make that same thing, because it was the simplest sandwich. But none of my sandwiches even come close to tasting like hers.
I think it's because they don't make bologna the same way they
Yeah, it's something changed because it does not taste the same. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And, I can't do it anymore either. So I'm like, gross. I don't like it.
Right. And you're talking about the bologna that you got to peel the red thing off.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. You got to.
like the 99-cent store brand S
Like-
bar.
Wasn't
They're
there
just
truly-
spam.
Yeah, oh yeah, almost.
Like maybe this was just a Mexico thing. There was the hot dogs and you had to peel the skin off of it.
Oh, uncured hot dogs, basically, or I guess I don't
Now,
know.
bratwurst has that lining.
Yeah, that you take it off.
But if you don't take it off, you're like,
It's like chewing on a rubber band.
Yeah, it can get like wedged in your teeth, and you're like, oh.
well, Megan, do you put anything in your macaroni cheese, or are you like a naturalist? Like just
A purist, a purist.
Purist, there we go. Purist, just mac and cheese all the way. Because like I said, my mom used to put salsa in ours, and I can't eat it any other way.
Man, I've barbecue sauce. They have sriracha ketchup. Have you
Oh,
tried
I've
that?
seen
That's
that.
great. I do.
We
I
have
put
sriracha mayo now.
cheese. I don't eat it just plain. I have to put something in it. It's because it's such a great base to build on.
Oh, you can make an amazing casserole with it.
Everything you can just make so many things with mac and cheese, right?
Now, I have had mac and cheese tacos. So,
They say,
I could do that.
Mexican, stay with a Mexican, and all it is breakfast, tacos. What do you want for lunch? Tacos. What do you want for dinner? Tacos. It's always tacos.
marry a Mexican, they say. It'll be fun, they said.
And it's a lot.
I've never done that. Go light up the milk so the cheese tastes powdery.
Oh, that sounds good.
That's
What are you
good.
putting in the milk?
You cut the milk a little bit there. You cut back on the milk so it stays a little powdery.
Oh, okay.
That could be really tasty.
That's interesting.
We have like $5.
We do have
We could make it. We could try it tonight.
I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some sausage. I'm gonna go get you some sausage,
Get
boy.
some sausage.
I'm gonna get you some sausage.
And we already got the salsa from New York City.
You'll be happy with my sausage.
You'll
boy.
be happy with my sausage. It's the only
Oh
one.
no. Oh no.
Sorry, Kenny.
Come on, manager. Meltdown,
I'm out
manager.
of here. I'm done with this show.
Thanks, guys, for everything. Oh, but we haven't told them about Fleet Week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay. Well, I lived outside San Francisco. I lived in San Francisco for quite a few years. And every week, it happens in New York City too. Every week, every year, not every week, every week, oh my God, everyone would be dead. Every year, there is Fleet Week. It's when all the Navy ships come into the bay and dock, and all the seamen go into the city.
and all the seamen come out too.
I didn't say that, but all the seamen go into the city and go do the activities they don't get to do on board their boats. And a lot of gay men, like particularly single gay men who like men in uniform, will devote they'll take that week off from work to just be available all
To be of
day
service to our
to
servicemen.
be of service to our servicemen who are looking for a little respite from their hard day's work.
I may not be military, but I support the military.
Yeah. And so that's Fleet Week. It's this big week when everyone in the city gets all the gay men get revved up because all the sailors who might be of alternative lifestyles or curious come into the city looking for some action.
In action. So it's like putting macho man and YMCA like all of
Yeah. And it happens in New York City too. They have Fleet Week there too. And it's just hilarious because the whole Castro in the city goes nuts. Like everyone, you can tell there's like this energy level goes up. Everyone's like, it's Fleet Week, it's Fleet Week. It's so crazy. And usually in San Francisco, the Blue Angels will perform at the opening of Fleet Week and the closing of Fleet Week. So that's always really cool to watch.
So this has been an educational moment for Pride Month. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's a different.
So yeah, I had a friend. She was in the Navy, and you don't know where this is going. But she was in the Navy, and she got pregnant, and she I was asking her a question. She goes, "Well, it is the Love Boat." I'm like, what?
I heard that. I mean, they're not celibate on the boat. They're actually. I don't think there are really strict rules about fraternization between enlisted personnel, or maybe it's between enlisted personnel. But if you're leadership, I don't think you can. Like, you can't fraternize with someone below you.
If you're at top, you can't go bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Once you're on top, that's it.
Well, there's not-
The version of seeing
It's not
combat.
harass. You know, and remember, harass is 2 words.
Yeah. All right.
Look at Ken. get
I know. There you
saucy.
go. Saucy.
Well,
I totally gag at that.
Oh,
I feel like we're educating Ken in a whole new world.
I know. And we didn't even intend to
It
do
wasn't the
that.
intention. I was going to keep it very
I can't
PG.
help it, Ken. I'm a teacher at heart.
I was going to keep it very PG and go with foods, and obviously my idea this week was just not there.
Well, you did go with foods, but it kind of went a
Like
whole
somewhere in
different
another
direction.
I think because we have several picks this week, we're going to go ahead and get started with this Ken is the best Ken. Aw, it is the
Aw.
best Ken.
We love Ken.
We got the good Ken this week. We're going to start with our picks of the weeks for you folks because we have 2 picks each. So we want to make sure that we get through them. So I'm not going to focus in, so I'm just going to bring you on in.
Oh, okay. He's not focusing on me. I see how it is. No, okay. My pick of the week is Ragnarok. I think I might have done this last year. It is a fantastic Norwegian series that takes this whole new take on the legends of Thor and the Frost Giants. It is incredible. Like, yes, it's in Norwegian, but it is dubbed in English, but the English dub makes it difficult to watch. I'd rather just hear the Norwegian and read the subtitles. But it is an amazing show. The actors are great. Of course, I don't know any of them because I'm not Norwegian. But the way the writing is great. The way they pace the show is terrific. And the way you're seeing this individual, it's not Thor, like this young man comes into realizing there's something more to him. And he doesn't really know he didn't really get to know his father that well, apparently. And they still they haven't explained why yet. But they're in their second season. And in the second season, he starts meeting in people who are helping him to realize his full potential and that he actually is not just this young kid or older, let's say middle-aged teenager, that he's actually something more. And that these people, these rich people, ultra rich people who kind of run the town and run the main business that everyone works at, are not his friends. And he needs to take care of them. So it's a very interesting series. It's called Ragnarok and it's on Netflix. And the full first and second seasons are all up for you to watch. My pride pick is Transformer. And it's the story of Matthew Krok-Zaleski, who was a super heavyweight lifter. He is huge, like built like a brick S house. And he used to be a power lifter. He'd be those people who lift that like 700, 800 pounds and stand with it and then drop it like in the Olympics and stuff. And he was this super hyper masculine, super super guy's guy, like built like a brick S house. And, his shoulders were like bigger, touching his earlobes. Like those muscles were so huge. And he was such a guy, like hardcore man. Like there are Latinos who do not know like machismo, like he named machismo. And then all of this time, he was trans. He hid it with the toxic and hyper masculinity. He hid that so that no one knew he felt like I'm in the wrong body. I'm a woman and I should have been born a woman, not this hyper masculine guy. But that's what he hid behind. He hid behind the weightlifting and all that masculinity that gets associated with it. So it was very, it is really a compelling documentary about when he decided I've had enough, and he had to come out to his wife. He has a wife and 3 sons. He had to come out to all of them, tell them he was trans and that he's going to start hormone therapy, and eventually he's going to get the corrective surgery so that he is a proper woman, that he feels like he's finally in the body he deserves, that he wants to be in, that he's yearned to be in since he was a
wow.
child. So this guy, this huge muscle-bound grotesque, loses like 200 pounds of muscle. Like, I don't even know what that means because he's still a big man. But, you know, he puts on these beautiful wigs. He does this amazing makeup. And they document this early process of taking the drugs and seeing his body changing slowly. And, you know, he ends up going to, you know, to get this, he gets a feminization surgery on his face, which they actually show some of it. And you're like, wow, you have to be committed. Like, this is not a joke. Like, this is hard stuff. But he has a wonderful, his name is, I wrote it down. Let me make sure. Janae. I love the name he chose. Janae Marie Kroczaleski.
Say that 3 times.
It's Janae Marie Kroczaleski, and she has an amazing
Sorry?
no the website with the images that you go on and on about.
TikTok, Facebook,
Instagram. She has an amazing Instagram. I'm not an Instagram person. I don't go on it that often. So unfortunately, I want to definitely follow her. But she is this amazing, beautiful, buff woman. And it's incredible to see where he started and where he's at. I told Ragnarok's on Netflix, and Transformer is on Netflix.
Cool. I just want to make sure that Gabe is here. Thank you for that's my
chowder.
All right, cool. And next we have Ken. You want to start with your?
Sure. Yeah. But to comment on that it sounds kind of like Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, because he was like triathlon, right?
This guy makes Caitlyn Jenner look like a skinny little.
Well, and I didn't mean in the sense of like the body, but like
that machismo, like the guy's guy.
The sports person.
I'm on a Wheaties box. He is on
Wheaties,
right?
We're back to Wheaties. Okay, so my pick this week is called The One, and there's only one season so far, and it's I'm not all the way through it. I'm at like episode 7, and The One is about a DNA guru that makes a matchmaking service based on your DNA. So it picks your perfect match based on everything that you like, supposedly. Okay, but it gets a little sticky in there because people that are already married now find out that their loved one, their spouse, has a different match. So what do you do then? So there's a lot of drama in how that unfolds, and then also there is gay and lesbian couples that you see get matched, which is interesting because one was still, I guess, as you want to say, still in the closet, and their family never knew that she was lesbian, and so they find out because she's in a coma, and her match is at the hospital visiting with her to care for her because it's her match, and she doesn't even know it yet because she's in a coma. But she starts getting to know her family, which unfolds another drama episode, we'll say. But I find it pretty interesting because I like the whole genetics and DNA aspect of it, and where things can go with that, and how serious because when you're talking about DNA, it's not false, right? It's tells you the truth, supposedly. So anyways, it's got some good twists and turns, and I find it to be pretty interesting. It's not dubbed, it is English, and it's on Netflix. And so my Pride pick of the week is Pride of Chucky. So everybody knows who Chucky is because there's shows, movies of the doll Chucky, which is an evil little doll, and he goes around hatcheting people up. Well, there was a show called The Bride of Chucky. Well, now there's a twist on it called The Pride of Chucky, and it goes through you can actually watch it now. It's on I think it's actually on today, Wednesday, but it's on Showtime, and so it goes through little ins and outs of. And it's a lot of humor because if you've seen the show Chucky or the movie Chucky, some of the things that he does are humorous. They're evil, but they're still humorous. And so that is my pride pick. The Pride of Chucky.
Thanks for telling me we're back on camera, Daniel.
So
That's all.
we're back. You should always prepare. You should always be camera ready. I'll tell you that. All right, guys.
I
So,
am always camera ready.
so my pick of the week is actually a game show that started on. It's on NBC and Peacock. It's called A Small Fortune, and it's a game show where folks have to get through these mazes, but they're miniature mazes. And they just use their hands to get through stuff. So it's like one of them is like the final of all the episodes is like they have to break into this bank, but they have to with these little tweezers find these cards that they have to use to get into the bank, and then they have to like flick TNT against this magnet so that the door will explode, and then they we know. And then at the end, they have to like balance on this little board, these little bags of money, so that it's all in miniature, and they all do everything with their hands, and they're timed, and they have to bet money. And I thought it was gonna be really stupid, but it's so interesting. It's so fun to watch, and it's only on the second episode, so you can catch that on either NBC or Peacock, and it's
Or Hulu.
It's really obviously Hulu. And then my pride pick of the week. Okay, so this one is So this one is called Eating Out, and it's a series of films. I think there's like 5 episodes of the movie, and they're each like an hour and a half. And it's called Eating Out. So there's Eating Out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it's very adult.
Yeah.
It's very adult. It's not a restaurant movie, so do not walk in with that idea.
It's not about going out to Applebee's.
It's very it's a lot of coming of age, coming into your sexuality. There's a lot of nudes and sexual acts. So it's like the old Showtime soft porn, but in a movie that you can watch on Netflix. That's on Amazon.
You mean Cinemax?
It was on Cinemax, yeah.
Cinemax.
But it's actually kind of. I watched the first one because I was it suggested as a gay theme, and then I was like, well, crap! I saw the first one. Now I got to see number 2, and then I was like, well, dang! Now I got to see 3 and see where it goes. So I'm going to be watching 4. So Eating Out. It's exactly what it sounds like in the gay world. So go check it out. I wouldn't bring snacks if I were you. Just don't.
You don't need popcorn.
Maybe some.
Maybe some like sanitizing, hand sanitizer.
Maybe bring a Slim Jim if you want it.
Sausage.
Yeah, you'll feel dirty afterwards.
Coming back to that, and I want to bring back That's My China. Hello, Gabe. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Gabe.
You're late, Gabe.
Oh, you know what? We did not thank our
We didn't
people.
thank anybody.
We didn't thank our musical director, Kai Kalama. We didn't thank our artistic director, Checo Doria. And we certainly did not thank our stage manager, who just got here, Gabe Lito.
Yes, and I forgot to mention also at the beginning, for some reason I was off today, but all of our friends on all of our channels on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. LinkedIn is off today. LinkedIn was not connecting, so we're not on LinkedIn on this episode. But if you're watching this on LinkedIn, that means I uploaded it to that page, so you can watch it now. Remember, if you're watching this on replay, you can still add to the conversation, so make sure you add your comments. And if you have a question for Ken and his adventure as a kid, we'll make sure to get to him. Before we continue, I want to remind you guys that we are on pretty much all week. So you can come and check us out on Wednesdays here on the Christian and Daniel Show at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On Fridays, we have the Card Devo at 5 p.m. And on Saturdays, it's Putting Together Conversations with 2 shows at noon and 5. And every once in a while, we'll trickle an extra show in there once in a while so you can catch it. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And if you do us a favor and go to our YouTube page and subscribe to the page, hit the little bell so you can get notified every time there's a new show, and you will get all those. Also, it's doing really well, and I'm very proud of it. Grumpy Bunny, I'm looking at the book, and I forget the name of the book. Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game, and you can find it any 5 of these major outlets. So go check it out. Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game. It's a meditation book for kids, but also for adults. So if you're looking to get into meditation or guided meditations, go check it out. It'll really, it's a good book. I think it's a good book. Not because I wrote it, but I think it's a good book. So
Congrats on that. That's awesome.
thank you. And the Spanish version is coming out soon. So if you're looking for something in español, próximamente en sus librerías preferidas. Oh, look at that. It's like I know Spanish. Anyway.
See, Burdad.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Here's our book. You might like it. Real Love and Good Sex.
I guess in line with Fleet Week and Eating Out.
It is not Fleet Week, folks.
It's an alternative.
Fleet Week.
During Fleet Week, this is an alternative during Fleet Week.
Yes, in line with Fleet Week and Eating Out. What is it?
Fleet?
I said Fleet Week first, and you corrected me.
That might be in here.
It's not Fleet Week. Fleet Week is
I
not now.
said in connection with Fleet Week because we talked about it.
So Fleet,
And
not Fleek.
I
Fleek's not going to
I
happen.
said Fleet.
Stop trying to make
Okay.
Fleek happen.
Fetch. In line with the conversations in and out, there's a sex book. I'm gonna put you alone so you can show the book bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Real Love and Good Sex by Ken and Barbie.
With illustrations.
So
With illustrations.
a sex book by Ken and Barbie.
Oh my
I
God.
love it.
Should we?
Oh,
Yeah. Illustrations.
pictures.
Oh, well, I mean, there's more.
That's great. Have you gone to Mattel yet to try and get the tie-in with Ken and Barbie? Ken and Barbie's sex book. I'm sure they'll love it.
I did not. When was this book out?
Yeah.
It's been a few years. It's been a few years. Is there a date on it? Let's see here. Gosh, it would have been about.
Can you see the comments, Ken?
2014. No. I tried to do pics, but you would not. Yeah, that's true. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
We did a full photo shoot.
This becomes like,
You
and
know,
it's like, well, she's like, well, we can take the picture and stylize it so it looks like a pencil drawing or something. And so we did that and looked at it, and I'm like, no, not gonna happen.
Not gonna
Not gonna. No. Can't
I
do
don't
it.
know that I would have been able to see you the same way had I seen you in the book all
Yeah, these are.
positioned up.
yeah, showing your hose and racks.
But I
Yeah.
will tell you, what a genius concept, because no one thinks about that side of chronic pain. Like, one, how sexy do you feel when you have chronic pain? But if you do, it's not like you just go, let me just slam you, because no, you can't do that. We're not there. I am in chronic pain. So,
Right?
So
And don't be pile
genius.
driving me.
Huh?
Don't be pile driving me.
I know, right? Like, I think that's genius. Like, that is something that's important to people in pain.
It
You
is.
don't want to have sex.
And what kind of spawned the book was true, real life is, because people would ask if, how can you be sexually active when you're living in chronic pain? And we were asked that a lot.
Yeah.
because we're Ken and Barbie, you know, but we were asked that a lot. And so that's where the idea came from. So it wasn't just spontaneous, hey, let's just be weird and
Let's
kink.
make a sex book.
It does have a purpose,
With
right?
your hose and my rack, we can do all kinds of things.
And that bent sausage.
And this
But,
is
you know,
just
there's
just for adults.
There's something legit to that because
Yeah, there is.
when I go on ostomy pages and I bring up conversations about sex after an ostomy surgery, I get such runarounds or some
People
lame
shut down.
answers that's giving me an idea to because we don't talk about it,
It's real life.
and the doctors
real
don't
life.
talk about it either.
It's real life. It's something that needs to be talked about, but just isn't. And so you're left to discover it on your own, and if you it's like anything. If you know you're not alone, then it's a whole lot easier to get through and feel comfortable with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's one of those things that I think it's important. It's all about comfort level. Like how are you comfortable with your body? Because your body is all like in ostomies, it's physically altered. And
But also, I'm sorry, but also another really big point is, people, couples that, live in, it's usually not both. It's usually not both that have, live in chronic pain. Sometimes it is, but a lot of relationships don't make it because of chronic pain. And so if you can keep the relationship strong and maybe adapt to some of these as to how to keep your sexual relationship, healthy, then it can, help, prolong your relationship as well.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
it
is the book available on your website? Because I have your website on screen right now.
Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Okay, cool. So, but for everybody, this right here is their website. So make sure you go check it out. Internationalpain.org, and we'll make sure that we post the link from Amazon on our page
Okay.
to make sure that we have it. But that's really cool. I'm really proud of you guys. You guys are
It's
such
incredible. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say this because Barbie always gets on me when I say this, but since she's not on the air, she can't say anything. But
Even though we hear her laughing.
I know I can hear her giggling in the back. She's probably going through the book right now, giggling. But
Here's a link.
I'm always ever since I met Barbie before I met you. I've always been on this. There it is. Barbie has the site. I've been on this like sibling rivalry with her, but in a most positive way because I see her being so good. She's such a fighter. And the moment I met her, I was like, I'm in competition with this woman. Like anything she does, I'm gonna find a way to accomplish that in my life. And she just motivates me. And I know she was like, we're not in competition. Yes, we are, Barbie, but in a good way. Like I want her to know that she inspires me and motivates me to do more stuff. So when I tell Christian, like, I want to do this, I want to do that, it's usually because I follow Barbie and I'm like, well, if she can do it, like if she can get, again, on a scooter with an oxygen tank and a hose.
A golf cart, not a scooter.
No, she was in a little scooter, wasn't she?
It was a golf cart.
Yeah, it was a go-go.
A
Four
go-go.
wheels.
Oh, that's
Battery.
right.
Yeah.
It was like a rascal type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And like if she was riding her rascal, carrying around her hose, barefoot on the stage, damn it, I can do it. So
I mean, yeah, that 50-foot, 200-foot hose. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget
So,
that. I'll
and-
never get that image on my head. It's like, that's commitment, man.
And then, I met you, and then y'all got a chance to meet Christian, and I just thought, man, you're like I see myself in your mirror. I see, like, what are you guys doing that we can follow suit in our own world and what we're doing? But
Absolutely.
you definitely are an inspiration to me and us, and I hope that other people see what you do, too. And I know they do.
Likewise, and I love what you guys stand for. I love what you guys are doing. I love you guys. The first time, Barbie went to, I guess we can say it, Healthy Voices. She came back and it was all, you got to meet this guy, Daniel, and so like the next year, was when I actually met you. I went to the event the following year, and that's whenever when I got to meet you. I think we had talked prior to that, but it was really nice to meet you. And then you shared your stories about Christian. Then I guess it was another year after that we got to meet Christian, and because I love where you guys live. I want to be neighbors, man. But it was awesome to finally meet Christian, and just being involved with you guys in whatever way we can has always been a pleasure. It's been joyful, it's been fun, and I always look forward to getting together with you guys.
It's not a competition.
And it's not a competition.
And really, what kept us from actually coming out to Arizona at some point and seeing you guys was the fact that COVID hit like not too long after we had said, "Oh, let's get together." Nope. 2 years.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, I'm so glad that you were able to make it on the
Thank you
show
for
today.
joining
Thank you
us.
so much for being our guest today. Before we say goodbye, I want to thank everybody who has been watching tonight. Thank you again to our friends on LinkedIn. We apologize. It was just LinkedIn was acting up today.
Yeah, we don't know.
Make sure you go follow Ken and Barbie at internationalpain.org. Go check them out. Barbie has posted the link to their book, so go check that out. Remember, you can watch us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure you subscribe and follow us. We need all the subscribers we can get on YouTube, so go check us out. And we are here every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Every other week, we have a new guest host, and we're so glad and happy that Ken was able to join today. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you. No, thank you. It was a pleasure. And
I guess good night, everybody. Thank you so much, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Awesome.
Bye. Wait, Ken, have to do the step. Bye, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.